Hey everybody, Long Ago Ego here. My name is Jeffrey, and Cameron is back after his total eclipse of the sun uh, adventure last week. So he's off looking for a game. His rating is 2.8 plus or minus 0.7. So fighting at 2 down still. Last time he had success against a fellow 2 down. So we're looking for some good gameplay today. Here in the weather cam, it's warming up pretty fast. It's 19 degrees Celsius presently, around 64 Fahrenheit. Maybe that's a little higher. A view here of my 2 mulberry trees on the left side. And I've got some passion fruit straight ahead. And off here, sitting on that stool in a tray of water, or above a tray of water, is my pussy willow bonsai that I bought a couple of months ago. Wild Arms, original game soundtrack. Not familiar with that. Hallalorf, of course, is Cameron. And I think we have a problem with voice chat still. Thank you. I'm going to click on audio settings here. Oh, nothing happens. Yeah, it turned out pretty well. And I'm working on the first floor balcony now. I've got some morning glory in a big planter, deep planter down there. And then if you can see just up here in the upper right, you can see some net. Well, that net starts down on the first floor and then comes up to the second floor. So the morning glories are going to have a nice time climbing this summer. Last summer, they only got to climb to the top of the balcony. Now they'll be able to go up to the top, then continue to the second floor. And I've got some other herbs planted down there and other stuff. So, waiting. I do have some seeds that I'm trying to germinate. One batch, I got one, so I've got it in a pot downstairs, but the other ones haven't sprouted yet. As always, we've got to wait for a game to come Cameron's way. So, Ohanami, sakura blossoms have come and gone. Maybe some of the trees are about 20%, but the blush of cherry blossom season is well over. My wife and I had a nice little Obento picnic in the park that's nearby. Not very elaborate, but it did the job. Yeah, we've had a few things that have bit the dust. However, this year I do a lot of reading, so soil type preferences and sunny or shade. So all the ones up here are sun preference. So the ones downstairs, I have a screen that I put up to block out the morning sun. So as you can see, our railing here is has holes in it. So it probably puts through about 60%, 65% of the light. So if your plants are below that, it's pretty good. But I've also put up a screen downstairs to block out the light. Mostly because it comes in the balcony door and heats up the living room too much. But also to give a little more shade to the plants. Yeah, I think one of the best things you can do is leave your things alone. Water occasionally. So, canceled. Uh-oh. So, I of course can hear Cameron. So, he had a nibble, but it didn't take the bait. So, I've got a lot of Mediterranean herbs that I've planted, and so they don't like a heavy soil or they like a sort of a poor soil or a sandy soil. So I sort of downgraded some of my potting soil to make it a little more sandy for them. So far my mint's doing well. My oregano is doing well. My thyme is doing well. Rosemary, I got a couple of rosemary plants that are doing excellent, and my wife has a rosemary plant that's not doing quite as well as mine. I've got a pineapple sage that I put in a big pot by itself that's doing excellent, and it's supposed to grow 2 meters tall. That'd be a big project. Yeah, almost every plant likes well-draining soil. Okay, let's see. That. Okay, and we're up and running. We got a 4-4. Cameron replies with a 3-4. 3-4 from them. And he's playing a 3-Don. Twitch chat is the name. Cameron's got double 3-4s. Let me click on this. You can hear a sound. That's my wife drying her hair downstairs. Okay, Randall, my brother, Randy, is here. Okay, so Randy wanted a little more commentary. Well, we've got the two players here, and they've each taken a corner or played into a corner. They haven't taken it yet. They're on a 25-minute chat. Okay, so this is approach move by black. He's a low. Yeah, just getting started. We're about 1 minute into it. They didn't get off to the races like last time. Taking a little bit slow. His opponent made some comments about not watching the stream. I don't think it would matter because we don't say or comment in any specific way. So here in the upper left, the standard sort of approach and response. So black was looking for this move here to threaten going under. Okay, so white kicks a stone to keep him out of the corner, and black stands, and then white kicks him in the other direction, and black stands again. White jumps out to have access to the center, and black extends, so he's got a little base working here for these stones. So now there is a lot of distance here, but you can only do one thing at a time. And the best things to do in the early stages are to approach. And here Cameron does a high approach to a 3-4 stone. Over here, this was a low approach to a 3-4 stone. This is a high approach. If this stone had been there, it would have been a high approach. This one over here was a high approach too. And these approaches are pretty standard. And Cameron extends low And, oops, black has 3 2 space extensions. Now, another approach, came approach to a 4/4 stone. That, of course, threatens to slide under or go into the corner. And he's going to pincer here. Okay. Oh, I'm going to put a white stone on the board there. Black's going to want it to... Ooh, it didn't. Didn't extend. That's that 3-down mentality that I don't have, no doubt. Hello, Mr. A6. Well, I'm sure he has something clever in mind. We have just have to wait for it. So the intro to our stream says Hiroshima Gamers. And Hiroshima Gamers is actually coming back this next Sunday. We've got a game day set up. And we've got a participant. My friend David is coming. So we haven't had a board gaming day in my place since before the pandemic. So after I did go to another friend's place to have a game day, but this will be the first one for me to hold, and especially to hold here. We will be moving this board over and setting up a table across there. Looking forward to it. Yep. When you don't really drink, gamble, or chase women, you got a lot of cash to spend in other ways. Yeah, I've had 3 iterations of my studio here at this place. The first one, my board games weren't against the railing of the stairs, but were on that side of the room in front of the windows. And I set it up to play on my floor goban on the floor, but my knees are too old. Diego, hello. Sounds like a incoming offer to buy viewers. Anyway, so my knees weren't up for that, so I put it on this platform, which is my number 2 Goban. So floor Goban on floor Goban, and sat in a little chair, sort of a little Seiza helper. But took up too much space. So then I switched the sides, put the board games against that railing, and put things over here. But then I was sitting on the other side over there, facing this way. And it still took up too much space. So then I moved my table against the wall here. Oops. It's a dramatic move. Dropping down. I'm very happy with the way things are now. White, of course, is Cameron. Yeah, there's always a plan. Question is it a good plan? Of course, when I was just getting started with Go, I came to the realization that you should never have a plan because it's too easy to telegraph a plan. And if your opponent knows your plan, they can counter your plan. So I'm by nature an opportunistic player myself. Of course, I guess if I could formulate a good plan, I would be a planner. Say, different strokes for different folks. So for my brother Randy, what we've got going on here is that this line of black stones, which are connected to these stones by that being a dead stone, and these stones are trying to isolate this group of white stones so that they will die. So this group over here is a living group. So if this group were to die, white would need to escape. However, this stone and these stones look pretty casually related. So I'm not sure if you could take the time to try to isolate those stones. Maybe. But we've got to sort of get those to safety first. And down there. Connected for good, and that's the first stone off the board. So that Aji is gone. Yeah, I was waiting for that. It's only 5 stones. Things could be worse, I guess. Yep. Sacrificed on the altar. Okay. We're going to do this. I was afraid of that too. Hey, Irv. I'm okay. I'm a little worried about white. Of course, it's Cameron who's playing today as white. At the moment, it's looking a little bit like a knife fight. Cameron's getting cut up a little bit. Oh, that's good. Now, I'm of course viewing this game from the cheap seats. If you're down ringside, you probably have a little better feel for it than I do. Halledorf, of course, is Cameron. So, yeah, I think that was pretty necessary. So I think White's got a big opportunity now. So for my brother's benefit, who's not a Go player, so black has these 3 stones here and these 2 stones here. Remember, he left that big space between the 2. So white's now reinforced the idea that he would like to split those apart. And to get to the safety of another black group, they have a ways to go. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go over the top. I guess. Oh. So this looks like he wants to create some complications. Yeah, keep it simple. Get my stones right color here. So, do have some viewers. Cameron is the player. He's my nephew, lives in Michigan. They're all going to look slightly different. Randall Lake 13 is my brother, Cameron's father. He's not a Go player. Yeah, a lot has to do with whether you're going to be aggressive or assertive or a little more laid back in the kinds of moves you make. It's the little things you do. Yeah, not so much messed it up. I just think you were one stone behind. One of those situations where it'd been nice if you'd gotten over there first. Yeah, Tuco. Yeah. When you gotta shoot, shoot. Don't talk. And outside on my balcony while we're waiting for more action. It's probably a little warmer than 19 degrees Celsius and 64 Fahrenheit. It's probably jumped up a couple of 3 degrees here in the past 45 minutes or so. And here we are in the studio. Doing our thing while Cameron does his thing. What is black going to do next? Oh, there we go. Well, if you look up at the top of this screen, it says that Cameron's got 59 seconds and his opponent has 5 minutes and 49 seconds. So they started off with a 25-minute clock for each of them. So you get 25 minutes playing time for all of your stones. Now, you could spend a lot of time on your first couple of moves, which means that then later you're going to have just 30 seconds before you lose an extra little time period. So later in the game, after all that main time, so Cameron's down to 26 seconds now. After he loses that 26 seconds of main time, then he'll have 30 seconds per move. So there's sort of a soft limit early on because you've got a total of 25 minutes in this game to do whatever you want. Wait as long as you want. But then later, there's sort of a hard limit of 30 seconds. Ooh. Are we off? We are off. How are we off? Okay. We're not off, but we are off. Something's off. Oh, okay. That's just off. Okay. We're not off. We're okay. So, thing about playing on a real board, the stones are a little bit bigger than the grid. So, okay. What? So back to Randy. So you can set the amount of main time that you want. Some people just have 5 minutes of main time and then 30 seconds per move after that main time. Now, if you're playing face-to-face, typically, unless it's a tournament where they use a clock, but at home or at a club, there wouldn't be any time limit at all. Just your sense of, oh, I better get going because my opponent's going to smack me upside the head if I don't. Okay, yeah. So I have a feeling when I play Elena that sometimes she's playing on her phone and not at a bigger screen, which, yeah, you need to be able to see what's going on. Yeah, this, yeah, I don't understand what white did either. Yeah. Put those two stones in a toddy and protect that cutting stone. But I'm not the player. Cameron's the player. Randall Lake 13 is my brother Randy, and Cameron is his second son of two. They live in Michigan. Well, I live in the beautiful city of Hiroshima in Japan. And we're just awaiting for Black to respond to Cameron's move. Probably needed a sandwich, you know, that's often the situation. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe the idea was to pull these out, but okay, second stone off the board. It's one each for Black and white. I think Black still needs to do something over here. Because he's got that double Atari. He doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, you can't have everything getting cut off. You can't have Group A rescuing Group B, but in the end having all of it cut off. So let's put a white stone there. Okay, so now Group A is connected to Group B. Now it's a question of are the totality of them going to get cut off? Hmm. That's a problem with these situations is you can't make any mistakes. There are so many threads leading to the future. Looks like we've got a new follower. Yo, Kiabia. Thanks for the follow. Hope you can come around often enough. Of course, often enough means once a week. We only play this time every week, unless there's a solar eclipse and then there's a pass. So black was ahead by 15 points or so, so white has resigned. Yeah, it's pretty hard to come back from that. Cameron. Yeah, interesting. Morganall, thank you for joining us. Yeah, it was a fun game. We'll see if Cameron has any last thoughts here. It's oh, you were black. Oh, or yeah, you were black. Oh, nice. I don't know. Looked pretty good to me. Uh, yeah, concentration is really important. That's why the older you get, the weaker you tend to get. Yeah, I don't have much concentration these days. So, your opponent is in the chat here, Morganall. All right, I guess that's it for us. So, Cameron, I assume you're going to be back next week. Randy, thanks for stopping in. You're welcome. And we'll see everybody next time. Bye, y'all.